Today is the 1st of January 2023, and my family have been on at me to start a YouTube channel for years. My name's Jeff, and I want to show you guys how you can make your cars look good on a budget and how you can do things on the cheap without compromising quality and without compromising the finished product looking good. This is a car I did 12 months ago today. 12 months ago today I painted this thing. It cost me $200. Now admittedly some of the things I used were products I had left over. I have some know-how. I have been a spray painter. I'm currently doing an apprenticeship as a mechanic. I have panel beating experience because my father taught me when I was a child. This car has a pearl paint job. It will use super cheap primer, super cheap clear, super cheap thinners, and all up, like I say, I spent $200 on it. This is my 80 series. I love it. It gets comments all the time. The pearl effect in this is beautiful. Like I say, that was leftovers though. That was from a school that taught spray painting, and they went out of business, and so I got the leftover tinters and I made up this colour. But this is only one of the things I've done. I've cut my son's car in half. Now admittedly he hasn't bothered getting it, where are we, engineered yet, and I'll keep you updated on that. We put a turbo on it from eBay. We're working through some issues on that, but we have fun doing it. We enjoy it, and we get a sense of satisfaction and gratification at the end. I have this Commodore here that was gifted to me by my best friend. When I got it, the bonnet was peeling. It had no real paint on it. It just had like paper where some cheap paint had come off. Now I've done that 2 years ago, I think, and it still looks good today. Now I haven't washed any of these cars. What you're getting is raw footage. Okay, up here, aren't we blessed to live in such a beautiful place? Up here, I'm going to show you my daughter's car that I'm currently working on. I'm going to put some before and after photos up of this car. This car has probably cost me $500 to buy, and I've probably poured another, I wouldn't have put $1,000 into it yet to get it to this stage. And when I put the before and afters up, and when I put some of the stuff up going through what I've done, you'll understand why I say that things don't cost a lot of money to get a good result. Now this bonnet had no corner on it whatsoever. It was just rot. The front of the bonnet was all smashed up. These parts here were all dented. I'll teach you how to take that out. Just stick with me. I'll put links in for the people that I watch, that I get inspiration from. Shout out to the Gunman. I watch his videos all the time. Sprayway Customs, Faraway Customs, Faraway Customs. His spray painting videos. Bad Chad gives me a lot of inspiration. Jap Hands Customs, he's out of Canada. But see this vehicle here, I went and I priced up the paint to get the colour she wanted, to get the paint she wanted, and it was going to be up around the $500 mark just for the paint. And then of course you've got your thinners and all the other stuff, and I wasn't up for that because I'd lost my job recently. I'd left a management position, I was in between jobs, and I decided, what am I going to do? What am I going to do in the meantime? And I did this, and it cost me $100 for the paint. And when I show you the paint, you're probably all going to have a fit, and all the naysayers are going to say, oh, that's not going to work. Well, I can guarantee you it will work, and it will work for a lot of years. Like I say, that 80 series, that's a year old, and when I wash it, I'll put more photos up of it. You'll see. It still looks like the day it was painted. That's all I use. I use a little Blackridge from Supercheap. And this is not a shout out to Supercheap. It's just saying, when I was a kid, we had nothing and we had to make do. And in this day and age, with everything thrown away, it's so easy to say, oh, I can't afford it or I can't do it. Well, you can afford it and you can do it. Let's have a look. My shed is the most basic shed you'll ever see. I'm not a builder. I don't know about builder. I'm not clean. I'm feral. But I get good results. Now, where are we? Ready? That's the paint I use. That is a house paint. And then I put a hardener in it. And there'll be those that say, oh, they won't mix and that's wrong and this and that and all the blah, blah, blah. Guess what? It does work. And it works for years. I did this same thing with a mate who was much older than me about 20 years ago on his truck, and his truck still looks fantastic. This is the clear. This is the exact can of clear that I used on that 80 series a year ago from Supercheap. Acrylic lacquer clear. People say, oh, acrylic's no good. Well, guess what? They're wrong. They're wrong. 2-pack's great, but 2-pack's a lot more complicated to put together and to spray than acrylic. And if you get a problem with an acrylic, you can rub it out and start again. These are all things I'm going to teach you. This is the clear I use. Here we go. Supercheap Auto. General purpose thinner. I think they've changed the can since I bought this one. You don't need fancy. You don't need fancy guns. My gun, let's have a look. I bought this Star. It's never performed properly. It's a 1.3 Star. 1.3 is the size of the nozzle on it. It's never performed the way I like it to. So now I use that as my primer gun. This over here is a DeVilbiss FLG finish line. And they both cost around the $240 to $270 mark. The flag line I got off, the finish line I got off eBay. My son got it for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. That's what I sprayed the 80 series with. I'm really happy with that. That gun there is what I sprayed the bonnet on the Commodore with. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. It's just a little more orange peel than I'd like. But you don't have to spend big money. Don't go for a $30 gun. You'll get a $30 paint job, obviously. But if you put a little bit of money into buying a good gun and a halfway decent compressor, I only spray between 20 and 30 PSI, so that little Blackridge from Supercheap, that one there, perfect, does the job. I don't need any more than that. You want to be able to do high quality looking paint jobs for very little money and have people astonished at your results. Follow me. I will teach you everything I can. And you know what? I don't know it all, but I'm happy to admit that, and I'm happy to learn from other people. But if you are a professional spray painter and you want to tell people how little I know, this is not the channel for you. If you're a person on a budget who wants to make their car look a million times better than it does currently, then I'm your guy. This is your channel. And like I say, I will link you to those guys that I follow to get good results with. You don't need to spend $1 million. You just need to be patient and spend a little bit of time, a little bit of extra time to get the good results. So happy New Year, everyone. Be blessed this year. I'm a Christian. I'm a Jesus freak. I'm happy to throw that out there right now. I will reference that. I'm not going to make any bones about that. I'm not going to debate anybody about that. That's just who I am, and it's what I do. But I want to give you the knowledge that I've got and help you to learn what I've been blessed to learn over my time on this planet. So have a great day. Have a great new year, and I hope 2023 treats us all a lot better than the previous few years have. Be blessed and have a good one.